Git setup. Download the package from Git website. Once it's downloaded, click on the installation package and follow the instructions. Choose the appropriate options for your project. Once it's installed, configure the Git. You need to set the username and email address for the repository. This can be done using Git GUI or the Git bash. First, we will install the Git. Now I'll open the Git website, search for Git, downloads. Here you can see download for Windows, version is 2.39. Here we have two options, one is 32-bit and the 64-bit. Based on your system configuration, you can choose these options. I'll choose 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Click here, it will download the package. Now I'll open the folder containing this download. Click on this package. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Next. Setup will install Git into the following folder: program files, Git. You can change this if you want this path. Click next. Here select the components. I'll choose Git bash for the command based operations and Git GUI for the UI based operations. Next. Next. Here you can choose the editor, whatever editor you want to have. I'll choose Notepad++. Adjusting the name of the initial branch in new repositories. What would you like Git to name the initial branch after git init? Once the repository is initialized, it creates a default branch. Here we have two options for that. Let Git decide. If you choose this option, it creates the master branch as the default. Once the repository is initialized, it creates a branch named master. This can be changed here. If you choose the second option, override the default branch name for new repositories. See here, many teams already renamed the default branches. Common choices are main, trunk, development. Specifies the name git init should use for the initial branch. If you choose this option and select main, then when you initialize the repository, the main branch is get created here. If you choose trunk here, when you initialize the repository, trunk branch is got created. Unlike here if you choose this option, master branch get created here when it choose this. Now I'll select this option as it is. Go to next. Next is here Git from the command line and also from the third-party software. Here adjusting path environment here. How would you like use Git from the command line here? If you see here, this option adds only some minimal Git wrappers to your path to avoid cluttering your environment with optional Windows tools. You will be able to Git from Git bash, the command prompt and the Windows PowerShell as well as any third-party software looking for Git in path. So here once you install, we get a Git bash here. Also these commands, whatever the Git commands, we can run using CMD, Windows command prompt and also PowerShell. If you open CMD here, if you enter any command like git branch, it will be recognized here when you choose this option. Currently we haven't installed the Git, that's why showing even in the PowerShell. If you open the Windows PowerShell, here also if you enter git commands, it will be available. Now Git is not installed, it's not opening. Let's go to next option. Here use bundled OpenSSH. I'll keep this as it is. Next. Here use the OpenSSL library for HTTPS transpose. Click next. Here configuring the line ending conversions. how should Git treat the line endings in the text files? Here there are three options. First is checkout Windows style, commit Unix style line endings. Git will convert LF line feed to CRLF carriage return line feed when checking out files. When you check out, download the file. Checkout means downloading from the server. It will convert LF to CRLF. When committing text files, CRLF will be converted to LF again. This is useful for cross-platform projects like Unix, Windows. Your server is in Unix and client is in Windows. So this is recommended for Windows here. When you are using Windows, you installed Git in Windows, then you choose this option here. Next option is checkout as is. Checkout, there is no conversion. Commit Unix style. When you are committing Unix style, Git will not perform any conversion when checking out, means downloading the files from the server. When committing, when you are uploading the file to the server, then CRF will be converted to LF here. Okay, this is useful when you are working in a client, in a Unix environment here. When you install this Git in Unix environment, you should choose this option. And the third option is checkout as is. Commit as is. Git will not perform any conversions when checking out or committing text files here. Choosing this option is not recommended for cross-platform projects here. If you are working in the same platform, then this option is fine because there is no conversion here. Because line endings are represented CRLF in Windows and LF in Unix. So that will mismatch. If you choose this and you are working in the cross-platform project, it will give error. When you are checking out, you are getting some LF, then when you are checking in or uploading, then it will go as a CRLF. And somebody who is downloading from this server, he'll get a CRLF in the Unix machine. That will give error in his system. So choose appropriately the options here. We will choose this option. First option, we are using the Windows system here. So here checkout Windows style and commits Unix style line endings. So if you see, I can show you in Windows what is CRLF here. So I'll open the notepad ++. Here I'll enter some testing 1 2 3 here, and I'll enter, see here CRLF came here. This is the new line here. Okay, CRLF. This is called CRLF in Windows. Okay, here testing 2 like this CRLF, or enter. Next line, what are the new line is called carriage return. So if you are working in Windows, this will be appended at the end of the line, but the same file, if you check into the Unix style, it will throw error. So in that case, what is the option here? Convert here. CRLF will be converted to LF before checking this. If you choose this option, when you are checking in, this CRLF will be converted to LF, that is Unix style, before checking into the server. So this will solve the problem, any cross-platform issues here. So this is about configuring the line ending conversion here. Go to next here. Here configuring the terminal emulator to use with Git bash. So here I'll choose the default one, use min tty, the default terminal for my sys2. Git bash will use min tty as terminal emulator, which supports a resizable window. This is a property, non-rectangular selections, and a Unicode font. Windows console programs such as interactive Python must be launched via. These are the other options we have here. Mainly resizable window, non-rectangular selections we can have in this terminal emulator. Go to next. Here choose the default behavior of git pull here. What should git pull do by default? Git pull is one of the major terminologies in Git, where we are downloading the files from the server and we are merging with the local branch here. So we will see that in detail in the coming sections. Here there are three options they given. What is the default behavior of the git pull here? One is the default, that is fast forward or merge. This is the standard behavior of git pull. Fast forward the current branch to the fetched branch when possible. Otherwise create a merge commit. Okay, this is the one option, default they said. And the second option is rebase. Rebase the current branch onto the fetched branch. If there are no local commits to rebase, this is equivalent to a fast forward. The third option is only ever fast forward. Fast forward to the fetched branch, fail if that is not possible. All these options we will go through in the coming sections. Now currently I'll choose this default option, fast forward or merge here. When git pull happens, this is the default behavior. Choose next. Then git credential manager, I keep this one as default. Next. Enable file system caching. It will increase the performance. Next. Here these are the new options. I'll leave as it is and click install. Now it is installed, completing the git setup wizard. So I'll open launch git bash, finish. Now this git bash is open. This is a command based tool. The other one is a GUI based, that I'll open here, git. So it's installed git GUI. You can see now git GUI open. Here we can have many options: create new repository, clone existing repository, open existing repository. We'll see this in detail. And one more thing we'll check using the command here. I'll open the new command prompt to check it is available. This command, whatever we are doing here, it's available in the CMD and the PowerShell. Git branch. There is no branch here, so it's showing this error. Now I'll open the CMD and I'll click git branch. Now you can see same error you can see. Now this is enabled for CMD also. Also we can check for PowerShell. Git branch. Now you can see this is the same error. So this way you can use PowerShell or CMD to work on the command based operations here. And this one we will see in detail, both git bash and the git GUI tools. You can use this and this interchangeably. Anyone, whichever is comfortable, we can use this. Okay. Next we will see how we can configure our git repository. Before using git, we need to configure that. That is, you have to set the username and the email address for your repository. There are two types. We'll see that in the coming section.